Hey, this is Garhaven. We are going to continue with our series on the trifecta of oil leaks in BMW engines. We have an E70, an X5 2013, as you guys know, the last year of this body style. And then we are just clearing up the air for you. We're looking at a valve cover gasket leak in here. This happens all the time. Not a particularly serious leak, but you got to take care of that because it's pretty prominent. The clearest symptoms that you can see in the cabin is like pervasive oil smell. So people would complain that that they have smells when they can smell burnt oil when they run a car and when the AC or the heating is running. So the first thing we do is lift the plastic cover on the engine and then just look at. You can see it here. There's oil all the way down the valve cover seal, the gasket in there. So what we recommend for this and for other leaks is to use the original, the OEM, the BMW valve cover gasket. We know that there are some other brands out there, but what we do is we spend the few extra bucks to get them from the dealer. There's a part number if you want to see it. So we've had cases before where aftermarket parts are just not up to par, and because the labor is so extensive and expensive, last thing you want to do is save 10 bucks on a gasket and then have to redo the work all over again. So what we need is the valve cover gasket. That's the part number in there, so you can see. This is the crankshaft seal, right, Joe?
Eccentric seal.
The eccentric shaft seal. The part number in there. This little tube always see, as you can see, always breaks. So we buy it proactively always. That's the new part number in there. All European parts, and then we're gonna show you how this thing is done. Again, this is the valve cover gaskets, BMW X5 E70. Keep going. So now this is the next step on the valve cover gasket replacement. Joe, can you bring it? This is the actual valve cover. Clean every single nook and cranny in there before you put the new gasket in there. So as you see, the brand new rubber runs around the valve cover all the way there. And then valve cover evidently goes there on top of block right there. You can see the cylinders and the springs for the lifter, so on and so forth. And now the valve cover is back in its place. Time to adjust all the different cables and support system and the foam that supports the cover in the engine. We'll always do a final engine clean up to make sure that everything looks nice and tidy and is well put together. So now, obviously all that section in the cover, the valve cover looks really nice and clean. That's what you want. Oh, right there. This is also really good check when you are buying a pre-owned used BMW. If this hasn't been done, you should be able to take some price off the car, or if you're buying a car from a specialist like ours, we always make sure that that gets completed.